diet changed. To clear one thing up first, I'm still vegan. There are no health concerns whatsoever that made me quit a plant-based diet. But something else happened, something called life. I was eating this extremely elaborate diet while still living at home and having lots of time on my hands while studying. At the time, filming a lot of recipes for you was something that brought me so much joy. I was so focused on making every meal look pretty, have a good lighting, incorporate carbs, fats and protein and be inspirational at the same time. I forgot sometimes that in the midst of living, food can also be just fuel. Don't get me wrong, I'm a foodie through and through and my diet is probably still being extravagant for some. But with starting a new full-time job in a new town, a way bigger town, making new friends, I don't have the time to cook every single meal from scratch anymore. Food and the videos coming along with it was my priority back then, because I loved it. But priorities shift and alter. I feel like having a routine and focusing on your goals and manifesting them is a really big thing here on the internet, YouTube especially. And I'm someone who also needs a routine somehow. But I think something that's not spoken about enough is how beautiful it is to let go a little sometimes and just live. Out of your routine, your to-dos and everything in between. And how awesome is it that we can just change it every time we want? Routines are guides, not a rule. And so is a diet. So how did my diet change? So I'm coming back to my German roots and started having more bread again. Firstly, it's hella delicious, and secondly, quite a quick meal to make. I snack way more, which is not really included in this video, but just imagine any type of yogurt bowl with fruit, peanut butter, a sliced up protein bar on top, and that times 2 per day. My hummus is 80% of the time not homemade anymore but store-bought. I'm using convenience products to save time, and for funsies, I started going to the gym pretty consistently, so I'm including more protein and also more protein powder into my diet. And I can only have one sort of herbs in my fridge, because otherwise they'll go bad, since I'm at the office most of the time. That's also why what I eat in the weeks are not really possible anymore. In the morning it's still pitch black, and in the evening after work I'm so hungry that setting up the camera before eating seems like a nightmare. I drink way more alcohol, which is not something I want to promote on here, but that's just the truth. And get a lot more coffees at some cute little coffee shops, which my bank account does not like at all. My tortillas are not from scratch anymore. I started ordering homemade lemonade instead of water when eating out, because it's way more fun. And I'm low-key obsessed with pomegranate seeds, as you can probably see, and I put them on anything, because it doesn't matter how boring a meal is, pomegranate seeds will make you feel a little more fancy. Oh, and little pro tip, prepare them once, then store them in the fridge, and you can put them over every single meal. I don't plan life around my meals, I plan my meals around life. And sometimes that means making a quick smoothie on the go. By the way, this is my new favorite thing in the whole world. It's a blueberry and peanut butter smoothie, and it's basically just made out of frozen blueberries, 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, which the old me would have been anxious already, vanilla protein powder and any kind of plant milk. So this isn't a whole week, starting on a Monday, where I show you what I consume. Which was the way it had to be for so long in my mind. It's more like fragments, inspiration, in good and not so great lighting. It's nice to let go of perfection. Right now I'm in a place where I'd rather go out and meet my friends instead of staying inside to cook a so-called perfect dinner. I mean, sometimes I prefer that as well, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. Flexibility. Something I did not have for the longest time while struggling with my eating disorder. I know it's hard, seeing those perfect people with their perfect diets and with their 5 a.m. morning routines. You find your way, and you change it, not until it's perfect, because in a whole lifetime with many periods and ups and downs and different versions of yourself, younger, wiser, thinner, more ambitious and less, and so many more, there's not one path. There will be quite a lot. So be open and explore them all. Change it until it fits the current you, and then change it again when it doesn't anymore. I feel like we tend to put such strict labels on ourselves, at least I do. I was convinced I wasn't able to handle stress, to go out more than 1 or 2 times per week, to be the one who cooks everything from scratch. Our identity is determined by who we convince ourselves to be, which is a blessing and a curse at the same time. If you convince yourself that you're confident and that you love yourself, good on you.
But I used to exclusively squeeze myself into being the one who needs alone time and eventually got too comfortable being just by myself. I am not even as introverted as I thought I am. I do thrive on being surrounded by humans. It just has to be the right ones. So here I am, getting to know myself again and exploring a new version of myself. A version that I actually quite like. A version that is bubbly, that is motivated, that goes out and explores, that makes new friendships, that lives on her own, that is obsessed with pomegranate seeds and yogurt bowls, and a version that is falling in love with her life more and more. With that being said, I love making videos and I will continue to do so, within my own speed and maybe not as quote-unquote perfect as I used to. I won't have scheduled times, I don't follow a concept. Maybe one day this can be my full-time occupation, or maybe one day I'll stop forever. This channel is quite a good metaphor for my life. I'm still figuring out. It's all a little chaotic and I'm trying to let the perfectionist in me rest for a bit. For everyone who sticks to my channel while I'm doing so, you don't even know how much I appreciate you.